Howdy, folks. Welcome back. It's December 3rd, 2020. It's another beautiful day here in the state of Washington. The sun is shining. Just gorgeous outside. This is a picture of a butte that we've seen before, but actually we've seen it only from the other side. This is a somewhat rare occasion when we get to see both sides of one of these buttes. It's a unique look, and one side is in shade, the other side has a little more sun to it, and it has some really unique features on one side. On the right hand side over here, it's some debris that we've seen that particular shape before, and we'll get into that here in a few minutes. Regarding my last video, I had a visitor who generally knows what he's talking about. He's been a guy who's been one of my favorite channels on YouTube, Jimmy Roberts. And Jimmy commented on my last video, saying that he thought that these buttes are constructions, that they are not, well, he didn't mention the fact that what I've been saying, that these buttes are made up entirely of downed craft. And that's been somewhat difficult for me to live with because of the fact that I just couldn't understand how these downed crafts could come down concentrated in a certain area to create these buttes. So when I look at it from the point of view of the possibility that these are not just made up of crafts, but they are also made up of construction. In other words, this is where people lived. And it's kind of given me quite a bit of relief because, as I said, I just couldn't understand that, how that could be. And it does seem to make more sense. On the other hand, it doesn't explain everything. Part of the problem is, a big part of the problem is the actual makeup of these buttes. We do see, what looks like could be construction that I have mistook for crafts, but we also see crafts, vessels, on top and in pieces and sticking out of the edges. So the idea that these buttes are made up of strictly of construction, that doesn't quite fly either. So I'm going to be taking a closer look at this idea, moving forward. But it seems to me that what we have here are a combination of construction and down vessels. Because without a doubt, we've seen plenty of down vessels before, and they're unmistakable, and they're virtually on top and throughout and on the ground. They're everywhere. But at the same time, when we look at pictures like this one right here, that does look like that could have been a construction. In other words, where people live. But the another question this brings up is why is it that all of this construction is also pancaked? Why is it flattening? Why are the different levels collapsing on each other? Now we can understand how that would happen when a vessel drops out of the sky. But I took the liberty of looking at some previous pictures from different videos. This is one of them that gives you the impression that the idea of these buttes being made up of construction versus fallen craft gives it credence. In other words, these pictures do kind of give it credence that this was a construction and not just a bunch of fallen crafts stacked up on each other. And some pictures more than others, like this one here, I always thought looked very strange to be a fallen craft. And as I said, even as you look at these pictures of what looks like construction, the vessels are never far away. Here's an example of a couple of downed vessels. We've seen this picture before. Here's the front of a triangular craft sloping down. And there's another one here, just like that, same thing, sloping down in the front with a gun or something towards the bottom. So the vessels are not they're not far and few between. They're everywhere. But it looks like maybe that they are intermixed with the construction. So it's a great idea. It does explain a lot, but it doesn't explain everything. So maybe there is a combination here. We also have all these things that stick out the sides of the sides of these buttes. So there again, there's obviously a vessel right there. Is the rest of this just construction that's pancaked down? No, it's really hard to say. But it's definitely an idea that deserves much more attention. And I think maybe the thing to do for me would be to go back and take a look at so many of these previous pictures and look at them with a new eye. Try and prove out the fact that this is partial construction and also downed vessels. It's a great idea. I hope that you folks stick with me and we'll try and figure this out together. This is just the left side of the butte there. I didn't want to omit this, so I kind of threw it in at the end here, but you can definitely see in these pictures where it looks like that they're not this picture, the previous one, where it looks like a construction. I love the idea, and I do appreciate the comment, Jimmy. It would probably help me a lot. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.